should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening on this. I'm fed up of saying the weather updates now. It's rainy, it's dreary, it's miserable, it's pouring down, it's pissing down, whatever way you want to say it. It's not very nice out there. And I don't know what degrees it is, it's cold. But hopefully it's not too cold for my co-host this morning, Mr. Malcolm Chiverton. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Craig. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good to be here. Good to see you all. Yeah, nice and sunny this morning. It'll get up to about 10 to 12 degrees, I suppose, but that's nice. It's all right.
Yes.
I'll say that every day.
I don't think it's going to get that far up here. It's, to be honest, November, it's got to be one of the wettest Novembers so far, because I can't think, is there a day, I know we're only 5 days in, but it's continuously been raining. It's just miserable.
It's autumn, Craig. You've got to take it as it comes, mate.
I know. Bring me the summer. Bring me the summer.
You doing fireworks tonight?
No, I'm not really. I'm not, to be honest, I've never really been a fireworks person. A little bit like Halloween. I'm a bit boring, aren't I?
No, not at all. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But I just saw the date on the top of the screen. I thought, oh, bonfire night.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not going to be any fireworks tonight. Plus, we're looking after a little dog at the moment, so it would probably scare the life out of him.
Yeah. Think of the animals.
We won't be doing that. I tell you what. Let's go into the comments. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing, is the animals just can't stand it. It's horrible for them. So, yeah. Do you know what I don't like is some people have been setting off fireworks for the past week already, and it's going to be a week after as well. I don't mind it at the football and, before a football match. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it does scare all the animals.
You want to live here, mate. It's ridiculous. I mean, obviously in, Europe, the big thing is Sylvester, so like New Year's Eve, going into New Year. But as soon as sort of you hit around about October, that's when they start. And it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no more than that. And it's loud. It's very loud. Hey ho. It is what it is.
Let's go through the comments. We've got Mr. Darren Hurst. Hope you're doing well, Darren. Darren from Down Under. 22 degrees. Shorts are on. Legs are out with a high possibility of knobbly shadows.
Hi, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, mate. Honestly, always puts a smile on our faces every single morning he comes on.
Absolutely.
And I'll let you explain what you're going to be doing on Sunday as well.
Yeah, well, we'll come to that in a minute.
Yeah,
Just read
okay.
that first, and
Let's
then
go
we'll
through the
move on
chat.
to that.
Yeah, let's go through the chat. Paul Santa said, "Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Paul. Hope you're doing
Morning,
well."
Paul.
Dan Short has said, 15 degrees, light rain in Paul. Yeah, it probably is light rain.
But
15 degrees. I'm surprised by that
it's
because
better
it's
than
bloody freezing.
it's better than dark rain.
Well,
Morning,
yeah.
Dan. Hope you're good.
But yeah, it's colder for me.
Oh, come on.
But
Hey,
I'm right on. I am
what?
right on the seafront. I am right on the seafront. Maybe Dan's in Poole Town Centre, whereas me, I walk 2 minutes that way, and you'll see the sea, and it'll be bloody
3
freezing
minutes.
out
3 minutes. I've done the walk.
there. Yeah. 3 minutes. Okay, sorry. Malcolm knows where I live, but 3 minutes away. All right, I'll stand corrected. Chris Hubble has said, "Morning, everyone. Up the Cherries. Morning,
Hi,
Chris. Hope
Chris.
you're doing
Good to see
well."
you.
Dan said, "Don't forget to like the show." Yes, please do like the show. And actually, anything that you do like on this channel as well, it's normally a video that is actually pre-recorded. So the video between Matt and Paul, go check that out. Brilliant, brilliant watch.
Yeah,
Do
good watch. Watch
scroll
last night.
across.
Yeah.
You can only do it from your mobile phone or tablet or anything like that. Do press the hype button as well, because it helps us go up in the statistics for hyped videos. So yeah, please go do that. Darren Hurst has said, "Morning, Paul and Dan. Sorted my profile picture. See, it's like bloody magic. Look, 751, nothing. Darren Hurst has got a profile picture at last instead of just having a D. Thanks, Malcolm, for the advice. Who said an old dog cannot teach an old dog new tricks?" I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
I mean, I did mine years ago. Don't ask me. It just came to my head. He asked me, and uh, somehow we managed to fumble our way through. So, like old dogs do.
It's not as easy as they make out, really.
Well, obviously, it is because Darren's just done it. So, come on.
I haven't changed the channel logo for ages and ages and ages, so maybe it does need a refresh. We shall see. Paul Santa said, "LOL." Darren Hurst has said, "Sure, dental on the bank says stay as at the beginning. I should be like you, Malk."
Well, it's a good question, isn't it? When you play that advert through, what does he actually say? It sounds like I should be like you, Mal. Have
I've
you?
never realised that. I've
No,
never
I know.
realised. Dan Short said, "Morning, Craig and Malcolm. Any news if Semenyo is going to the African Cup of
No,
Nations?"
he's not. They haven't qualified.
There we are.
Ghana haven't qualified for the AFCON.
But they have qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah, Craig, that wasn't the question.
But yeah, no, it's not. But I tell you what, it's good for us. It's good for us. Don't worry, we're going on this title charge. David DeCosta has said, "Morning, Craig and Mel. 20 degrees and showers. Hello, all in the chat. Hope you're
Hi,
doing well,
David.
David." Guy Fawkes had the best fireworks plans.
Didn't he just? Didn't he just?
Yeah. Sean said, "Shout out to Men's Mental Health Month. Though it can be hard, talk always be available to talk and understand it's not a weakness to open up." Sean,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
completely agree with
It's
this.
not just mental health, Sean. It's a multitude of things as well. You know, that guys just don't like to open up about problems.
Mm,
You
I
know,
think,
they think it's taboo or whatever. It's just making that first step and saying, "Look, I got a problem. Can you listen?" Doesn't matter what it is, and most people will. They'll stop and listen.
yeah,
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
think we need to do
obviously
something more
mental
about this on the
health
channel,
month
actually.
is a big issue.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I honestly do think we need to do a bit more about this on the channel this month. So I will get some things planned actually, because it's something that I feel very close to. It's something that um, I'm not gonna turn around and sugarcoat and say, oh,
Nope.
everything's been fine in my life.
Nope.
Probably has, and things have been a bit more rocky than normal recently. As I think some people, if they watch this every morning, can probably say, yeah, they can understand. So yeah, it's I will certainly do some more about this, Sean. And no, thank you for putting this on here as well. Uh, Paul Santa said sandbanksing, Craig.
Not fun. No,
Not far, but no, no,
that's
no,
a
no.
15-minute walk.
A little bit further, a little bit further. To me,
Depends how quick. Depends how quick you are, Craig.
I wouldn't say it's 15 minutes. It's 5 minutes. That's all right. It's not a bad walk.
Come on, it takes you 5 minutes to get from your place down to Canford Cliffs, and then you turn right on the promenade. How long does it take you to get to Sandbanks?
No, I'm on Cafford Cliffs.
Yeah, I know.
But I can walk down to the beach front in about 3 minutes, and then yeah, it probably is about 15 minutes on a good run.
Yeah,
To walk down to Sandbanks. I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
please do move on.
But it was nice feeling posh and very, very rich for about all of 3 minutes, even though I'm not. Darren Hurst has said, we'll have everyone listening to the Dent on the Banks advert at the end now. I want to be like you, Malk. Do you know what? Never realised it, but there we go. But I tell you what, let's talk about something that's quite close to my heart at AFC Bournemouth, and this is the ticketing system. And in all honesty, we're going digital supposedly, but
Yep,
do I really like this? Do I, I question.
it's individual, Craig, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's individual. Yeah, so careful how you word it.
yeah. Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If you asked um, some people I know, we're not talking, you know, people that do this channel, but some of the people that I know that, to have a digital ticket on their phone,
Mm,
firstly, I know it's awful to say it, they wouldn't know how to get the app. They then wouldn't know when they're at the ticket, at the turnstile, how to get the ticket up. They wouldn't know how to scan it with the brightness settings. Have you ever done well, you wouldn't have done a Tesco club card, but have you ever done a voucher on your phone?
no.
Right, okay. I'll say something now. I've got an absolutely unbelievable phone. To be honest, it's overkill. It's stupid. It's a very, very, very expensive phone. It's one of the top ones. Um, it's the brand new Samsung Ultra thingamabob. Um, I try and go and scan a voucher with that phone.
Right.
And will it bloody work? No, it won't. You'll have to turn up the brightness settings. You'll have to faff about with it for ages.
Mm,
It doesn't work.
mm.
It doesn't work. So if it doesn't work on my phone, and this is not me being pig-headed, but me kind of reiterating the point. If it doesn't work on my phone, how is it going to work for people that might not be as stupid enough to upgrade to this latest thing? How is it going to affect people that might not even want a smartphone?
Okay, I mean, can we sort of pause there for a second?
Yeah.
So going with this digital, it's an if I remember rightly, it's an eSIM card or iSIM card, whatever, that they want to trial at the ground because the internet connection there is not particularly brilliant. I've actually read people's comments about it online.
Mm,
That they said when they've got their phone and they need to scan in or get whatever it is, that they have difficulty because of the connection.
Well, that's another thing, isn't it? The connection.
So
I
that
can't
is
get
point
connection to Deeport.
that's point one. You know,
Yeah.
it's having a decent server in place to be able to communicate everything, and then you obviously individuals with different phones. It doesn't matter what make brand they are, and they've got the app, they've got their ticket actually on the phone, but because of the issue with the server, it doesn't come up always. So, I mean, that is why, like, for people like me who travel and
Yeah.
want to come over, we book ours online, all right, and we pick our paper ticket up from the office, ticket office.
Yeah.
Simple. So problem solved for me. But I understand you because obviously, you know, with all the season ticket holders and whatever, obviously the youngsters, you know, I'm not saying I'm old, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The younger generation, they're brought up with all this. They learn it.
Yeah, but I might have been brought up with it, Malcolm. And I'm 40 years old. I remember, the days of the old Nokia 3210, and things were so much easier, with those sort of phones and having a computer at home. Albeit we couldn't do this sort of thing, back then. Um, Even though I've been brought up with it, I just don't like the idea. And the reason I don't like the idea is you're having to fumble around. What if your phone runs out of battery? What if this happens? What if that happens? There's been times
But
when I've got to charge
yeah,
the phone.
that's everyday life, Craig. You know, that is the norm these days. So obviously, most people will have their phones charged up the first thing in the morning. People
Mm,
who travel might have a power bank or something, you know, just to charge up on their way. You know, you got the opportunities to charge your phone in cars and buses, trains, and whatever. So, you know, it's just being streetwise, isn't it? Come on, you know,
well,
it's
yeah.
it's technology. It's the way life is these days, and you either grasp it or you get left behind.
Mm.
Uh, but hey,
Yeah, I don't like the idea because I think, as you mentioned, the connectivity issues are a major,
yeah,
major, major problem. I know why we're doing this, and the reason I think we're doing this is because it reduces the costs. It reduces the costs of the employees who are on the ticket office on the day. If everybody's got it on their phones, then but there's gonna then be, when people can't get their app up or can't, get their app
yeah.
to, connect, there's then going to need to be requirements for other people to be around. And, like you say, there is an article out there on the Bournemouth Echo website, and by all means, a lot of these companies are going to be, popping up all over the place. Our own sponsors, Touchpoint Telecoms, you can get an app through Touchpoint, but that app, through Touchpoint, or that eSIM, they're not going to be changing a mast. You know, they won't be changing a mast by the ground. What they could do is they could piggyback, off, the best network in the area. So be that EE or O2 or Vodafone or whatever other ones are out there. Um, I think it's only those three in the UK, which are the core ones, and then like Virgin and Tesco's piggyback off them. What you've got to think, though, is I've moved from Vodafone over to EE. The connection is no better. Both connections were really poor. I don't know what O2's is like, but I understand that's quite ropey as well. So this eSIM that is being built by these companies are going to be piggybacking off those three networks, which can't actually get connectivity anyway, and and it's because of the condensity of the amount of people in that area. What happens if I've got my phone, I'm opening it up, ready to go through the turnstile. Oh, I can't connect to the internet because A, there's too many people in one set location, and secondly, there's no bloody connectivity over there at all. What they're going to need to do is not eSIMs or anything like that. It's going to need to be Wi-Fi at the ground. It's going to need to be a strong Wi-Fi booster at the ground that's installed, that kind of spreads across, all of the turnstiles, so fans can connect to that. But then again, that's going to be throttled eventually.
Yeah.
You think if there's
Crazy. I mean,
11,000,
obviously, you're obviously talking about going to a football match. All right. Now, when I travel, it depends who I travel with. I use my phone. I've got the apps. I've got my tickets, my travel tickets on my phone. Now, I'm clever enough to print out a ticket on paper just in case
yes,
things go pear-shaped. But not every company, all right, and I don't mind mentioning names here, but when I fly EasyJet, it's all like, or Ryanair should be the case, it's all on digital, all right, there's no paper involved whatsoever. And last time I flew over, a few weeks back, I went with British Airways, and I had to go to the check-in and get a paper boarding pass. Couldn't do it, not available online.
I prefer
So
it.
they just, it's the way of the world. Some do this, it suits them for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not bothered. I just read up what do I have to do and then accept it as it is. Whether you like it or not is just irrelevant, to be honest with you.
Well,
There's a pain in the butt where you have to actually stand and queue up just to get your boarding pass, as opposed to you've got it on your phone and you go straight through security.
well,
That's the only difference. So, but yeah, the issues at the ground. Obviously, something needs to be put in place where you do have that connection. That's the important thing. And actually, I think Paul Sands made a comment here. If you want to highlight it,
yeah, let's bring it up. All the Premier League clubs have got to go digital next season.
yeah,
I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not a big fan. I think
Craig,
what.
we're in the digital age. You got to accept it because no matter what you say, no matter what I say, no matter what Darren says, even with his pigeons, it's the way the world's going. It's evolution. You can't stop it. You can't stop it.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. It just irritates me. And one of when I went to Singapore recently, and I flew through Abu Dhabi, um, Etihad had the right idea. I had it on my phone. I had it on my phone. They do have like a QR code which I could scan. But when I went up to the check-in desk, because I politely put a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to this. I want to make sure everything's well. Plus, I want to make sure that my seat is where it is. I always go by the back of the aeroplane as well. Nice by the window seat. If anything happens, I'm a goner. But um, what I literally did was went up to the check-in desk, scanned my passport. It was all on there, already
Yeah,
on there. They had the right idea. When I was in Singapore, scan your passport, it's in there. And funny enough, in Singapore, which is a very, very, very strict country to get in, their passport checking was so quick because again, you scan the passport and there's meant to be a chip inside the passport. I have nothing wrong with that sort of thing. Why
yeah,
doesn't
but
every fan get
they're just
issued a
using that.
card,
Craig,
scan that?
they're using that technology, and they're going to bring it down to like football games and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've got the app. I've got AFCB. I've also got a card. My
Yeah.
global ticket. So the first thing I did when I went to pick my tickets up, and they scanned that, and they got all the info just like that. Everything they need is all on there. So they see my name, they see my number. It's all above board, and then they just say, "Right, thanks very much." because obviously all my details are on there, my address and everything else. So I don't have an issue with it. The problem then becomes if you've got a ticket on your phone, all right. I mean, everybody should know how to use the app now. I mean, it says it on there. So when you open it up and you at the bottom is tickets and whatever on the menu, just click tickets and it opens up and your ticket should be there. This is what I'm
Yeah.
guessing. All right. So once your ticket shows up, I don't know in what form it, whether it's a QR code or a barcode or whatever,
Mm.
and that should be enough to get you into the ground. From what I assume, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a technician, but perhaps we could ask Dr. Darren first. You know,
Dr.
he might
Darren.
know.
Well, I tell you
Do you
what,
want to
let's
run
go through the
join the
comments.
chat? Come on.
Yeah. And Sean has put, I've seen Pride, Black History, etc., but nothing on men's mental health, even though men have the highest rate of suicide. I'll leave you to do a proper show on it, but please give me a shout if you want a hand. Yes, please do get in contact with me about this, Sean, because I want to do, I want to do this, most definitely. I'd sooner have my season ticket as a hard copy. Yep,
Yeah,
agree.
I fully understand that
Agree.
as well. Yeah.
I expect the
It
club.
depends what age group you're in as well, you know, Craig.
Yeah, to be honest, I just prefer having, that physical ticket. Like
Yeah,
a passport, there could be a chip inside there where you tap it and it's preloaded. It's preloaded
yeah.
with all the games. Issue one to every fan. Um, I tell you what, I think they are trying to do this for is the ticket reselling. So, say for example, there is ticketing groups, which unfortunately I was added to as an admin at one point. I didn't like the fact, and I have removed myself from that group completely now. To be honest, I never used to use it. It was mainly for posting our videos and promoting it to the fan base, but it's to stop that sort of thing where people don't know each other and tickets are falling into the hands of away fans. You know, it's that
But
sort
if
of
you
thing.
can, yeah, I mean, the general rule there is if you can't make it to a game, then you give the ticket back to the club and they resell it.
Yeah, agree. I think that's the best bet, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I think we've got to be realistic. Say for example, there's a family, a dad with two children. They can only afford for one of those children to go to a game. You know, I think personally, it should be a case where that father can then alternate it without having to go to the club and then, have that resale issue. It should be a
Mm,
case where they'll be able to pass it between the kids. I've heard of that situation being a problem, and I think that that is completely wrong. That is, as long as you're not flogging it to an away fan, you know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot see where the main issue is. You know, Shauna said, "I've loved digital tickets. It's been so much easier, but can understand why some people that don't understand how to do it, why they wouldn't like it. I do have a newer phone though. I've got a newer phone, but I still just don't like it. I still don't like it. And also in this day and age, and I'm not being funny. This is something that I saw on Talk TV of all stations. Take that as you want. I just had it on in the background, and they were talking about being worried about getting your phone out in public. That's a big issue. That
I think we're going off course here, Craig.
yeah, but you see where I'm coming from. If you don't like getting your phone out in public, and there is those people like that are very conscious of what could happen or who's around them. I'm not saying that I've never imagined in a million years that anything would happen like that at Dean Court. It might be unnerving for them. So there's a lot of things that they need to think about. They need to, before going straight with this. I've downloaded my Villa ticket to my phone's wallet, so don't even need internet. I think don't even know how the wallet works, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
So this is
perhaps you're
where,
right, Sean. Like I said, it's normally if it's in the app, you open your app up, and it should be there.
yeah,
Bang. So I can't see it being a big issue, but it's just, learning the system, I suppose.
yeah. You
Okay.
might have to explain how to do this to me, Malcolm. You
Yeah.
can train me. It might be issue with my Nokia 3310. Yeah, although with digital ID, I might downgrade to a Nokia 3310. There we are. Shut up. That's political. Biggest way to make someone have a panic attack in this new age: hide their latest mobile phone and watch them melt down.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I got a friend here, all right, great guy, and we talk football all the time. He's got a daughter. She's in her early 20s. And it must have been sometime last year. They had something had happened. I think some cables got cut through in some building in the street where they live, and there was no internet.
Mm.
And you see a 20-plus-year-old lady almost crying because she had like 4 days with no internet
Sounds
and no
bliss.
possible connections whatsoever. Absolute panic.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why, because at the time she was learning and studying, university, everything else, and getting her,
Yeah, I
I
understand.
don't know what, but it's not only that. For them, it's part of their lives. With no internet, they're absolutely cooked. I mean, I don't give a monkey. I really don't give a monkeys. It doesn't bother me. I've got my peace and quiet. If there's no internet, I've got peace and quiet. So
Well, very, 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 very true. To be honest, I don't hardly look at my phone, during the day, as you probably know,
yes, we
Malcolm,
do know,
because
don't
you
we?
don't really see many responses, or if you do see me actually with the blue ticks on WhatsApp, you'll see the blue ticks, and then there won't be a response because I've looked at it and gone, oh, I'll have to reply to that later. I'm on a meeting or something, or I've got this stupid thing which doesn't work without internet. So there we go. Um, but I have a homing pigeon on eBay 12 times.
Uh,
Sold a homing
He's,
pigeon on
he's
eBay.
sold a home improvement on eBay 12 times so far. Great money spinner. Absolutely brilliant, Darren.
Oh, honestly, I'm looking forward to this watch along show. I'm just gonna have it, we have the match on one screen, and I'm
Be,
gonna have
be
you two
quiet.
on the other. Yeah. Sean has said, I prefer digital. The missus prefers paper, everything, which
Paper everything.
annoys me, but I still love it. Um,
Yeah,
some
it's
people collect.
horses for courses, isn't it?
Yeah. To be honest, I understand where she's coming from, and I'm more of that person that, I've got that physical ticket, I stick it in my wallet. That is all there is to it. I would not have an issue with paying fiver for a card which has got a chip in it. Everything is preloaded on there. Beep, straight through. Of course, that's not
So
fail proof.
I've got my paper ticket from the Forest game, and it's inside my matchday program as a little collectible for me.
Mm,
So happy bunny.
can't you can't do that with a you can't do that with a digital ticket. I think they probably
Well, you
even
can do a
give you.
screenshot, I suppose.
Well, can you? See, this is the funny thing. This is the funny
I,
thing.
I
Is
wish I hadn't said that. No,
well,
sorry.
um, right. Somebody I know wanted to use a Tesco Club card, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Just use my Tesco Club card. I'm not really bothered about it. So I tried to screenshot the Tesco Club card on the Tesco app. Did it allow me to do it?
No.
No, they were at the checkout. They were trying to get their discounts because
Yeah, yeah. So,
two
yeah, I
two
mean,
for
it's being
350 on bottle
streetwise,
caps.
Craig. It's
Yeah,
being streetwise. There's certain things I can screenshot and certain things I can't, and I know that. And you just go with it.
if you'd like to,
Morning,
you
Matthew
know.
Harrison. Good to see you in the chat.
Morning, Matt. Morning, Matt. Hope you're doing well, mate. If you want to, I can even get out my wallet now. My physical
Please don't.
Tesco Club
Please,
card. That's
please
what I
don't.
use. um, I hate the clutter. To me, paper everywhere. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you
Yeah,
can
it's all
bin
right.
it, we can keep it. It's fine. You know, I've got paper anyway in this household because, of course, the kids just draw loads of pictures and then just leave them on there. Matt said, "Morning, guys. Hope all is well in the chat. Get out, check out, check out. Get back to Dean Court where Paul belongs. The story of our very own Paul from Aussie's return to the UK for the first time in 25 years. Do you know what? I really, really enjoyed that last night.
It was nice, wasn't it? It was a
Yeah,
cool video. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's nice. It is good. And Matt says, "See you all Friday. Got to shoot a splendid day with the family. Enjoy the rest of the show." Yeah, I
Have a
hope
good
you have
day,
a nice
mate.
day, mate. Hope you have a nice day. So yeah, that's my six pennies worth. With regards to these digital tickets, I personally don't like it. It is evolution. It's way of the world. Like you say, but it's just going to be awkward.
Craig,
And
in 2 years' time, you won't even think about it.
yeah, there is that as well. There is that.
Seriously, seriously.
But just talking about internet connectivity at the ground, they need to do something, but they cannot replace Wi-Fi. What Wi-Fi towers and things like that. There will be so many people strangleholding those networks. Um, you know, Getting an eSIM that is going to allow connectivity is it's just not good. It's not going to work. It won't work for the company in the Echo.
Craig,
It won't work for
Craig,
our sponsors. It won't work for anybody. What it
can
will
you
work
find out? Can you climb down from your tree?
what will work though is hang on, technically minded. I'm just sharing the IT knowledge here. What will work is a nice big booster with you know internet for all fans. How they're going to do this? Maybe it will be in the app, which they can't get onto because there's no connectivity around the grounds. But maybe they can share a code to get onto that app, and then everybody is connected to that private network. But you've got to think of security in that instance. You've got to think of getting 4G in a different location with a different provider is not. They all piggyback off the same thing. So there we are. I'm off my tree. I'm off my
Thank
tree.
God for that. Well done. Right. If I'm allowed to say,
Go on.
this coming Sunday, everybody, I mean, it's been put up on our Facebook page, so take a quick look. Dr. Darren and myself will be doing a watch along the Aston Villa game. We're
Yes.
going to hopefully go live at 1:45 UK time. So we'll have like 15 minutes, banter or whatever you want to call it, before kickoff, and then we'll do like a watch along thing. Now, it's nothing pre-planned. It's going to be all like spontaneous. We haven't got a clue. We got no script as such. I mean, I don't know if Darren's scribbling notes anywhere, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. It's a first attempt. It's something we've been wanting to do for a while. Wanted it to happen a little while back, but unfortunately it didn't. But now we're on the off. We're going to give it a go, see how it works. Please join in the chat, whatever. And if it's, I'm not going to say successful, but if it runs good enough, that maybe occasionally we can have other people on, do it again. Bearing in mind, the time differences. Obviously with Darren being down under, it's going to be a little bit late for him, but he'll manage it either way. And I'm an hour ahead of you guys. Now, I also get issues here with the daylight. Right, so when it gets to twilight and it gets a bit dark, sometimes you'll see me and it'll be bright and then a little bit darker. And it doesn't matter. It's the way of the world, but it's
Exactly.
just for a bit of fun. And if anybody wants to join in, fine. We'd love to have you on board. The only thing that I can sort of mention really at the moment is obviously 15 minutes before kickoff. We'll run the first half, and then we're going to have a break. You won't see us on screen because we need to, refresh ourselves one thing and another. I need my coffee, without that. When halftime comes, I've got to have a coffee. So something will be running in the background, but we'll be back for the second half and then just see how things go. All right.
Fair enough.
And, yeah. So, yeah, we'd love your support. It would be really, really, really cool. Darren's really looking forward to it. I don't know why. I don't know. How did we get ourselves into this? No idea. But like I said, it's going to be a bit of fun. It's just something we want to do. And who knows? Who knows what will happen?
I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking forward to it. So yes, everybody get ready to watch that. That will be on Sunday. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be joining in. Only watching and commenting. But you've got to do it ad lib as well. Like Darren says,
absolutely.
No notes, mate. All ad lib and off the cuff. Yeah. Exactly. That is
exactly.
Yeah.
Have you got a list of jokes prepared, mate?
I will be 5 and 6 in by then, and not
5 to 6 in then, and not cough. I know what I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, it will be a very, very good, I'm sure. Sean has said, any pub preference options for Villa or gathering place? I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure now. With the last time I went there was years ago. But I'm not sure. If anybody knows the answer to Sean's question, put it in the chat. And maybe a scanner at the stadium that allows you to print one if you want. Do you know what? I would be using that scanner all the time. And you letting people to join like Cherry Slaps, as I could quickly say hi at Villa. Are you allowing people to join the StreamYard link?
Cherry Slaps is Monday evening, so you really confused me there.
No, it's on the watch along.
It's on the watch along.
URL.
Then obviously we'll have to put a link up somewhere.
Yes,
it's just something we hadn't really thought of, but like I said, Sean, at half time we won't be doing anything at all. We'll have our 15-minute break like the players will, but we might at the end of the game, call people in if they want to come in. Is a possibility. To give like a quick match review or whatever, a few comments. But it's like I said, it's nothing pre-planned. It's just like we'll go with it and see how it works.
Yeah, off the
organized chaos. I think it'd be the right way to describe it.
It'll be good. And I'll get a little video as well that you can play at halftime as well. How about that?
I've just seen the last comment, by the way. So it's right.
The jokes, the two staring clowns. Oh dear, I can't wait for that. That's just gonna be funny. The halftime break will be to get rid of the 5-6 going in, and probably get another couple ready for second half. At least it won't be a late kickoff. LOL.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yes.
I know the reference there.
Yeah. Well, there we go. I think that's all we've got time for. Malcolm, have you got anything else?
I think I have. As a pre-warning, tomorrow's Cherry AM, and you don't know about this yet. Well, because unfortunately Ollie can't be with us this week, and we've had to do sort of plan B. How about if I run it tomorrow and get Darren on?
Darren, are you coming on to Cherry AM? Is this already agreed?
So bearing in mind, right, Thursdays generally, Ollie and myself, we do our preview. You do the Dean Court Social with Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, and Ollie and myself, we do our sort of pre-match thing. So it's not going to be a long show. But for those that are in the chat, think about your team lineups, think about score predictions, and whatever. It's open to everybody. Free conversation. Good to see it. Hope you got your hard hat with you, mate, and your knobbly knees. Should be good. We'll just see how it runs. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a show, so take it as it comes. If that's all right with you, boss.
That is absolutely fine with me. You've got the link, haven't you? So I am looking forward to this.
Okay,
But yes,
we'll see
thank
what we
you
can do.
everybody for joining me on this show, and thank you for everybody joining Mal on this show. Please hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. You don't want to miss tomorrow's now. Don't miss it.
One more thing, go and check out Down on the Banks.
What's that? All right.
The advert.
Oh yes. You've got to listen to I Want to Be Like You, Mal. I never realised it. And on that bombshell, thank you for joining us. We shall see you in the next one. Up the cherries.
Up the Cherries. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good one.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.